Last night, a Supreme Court courtroom turned into an emotional battleground when Chief Justice John Roberts imposed a $200,000 fine on Representative Jasmine Crockett, only to be left shaken by her powerful response. The confrontation stunned onlookers. While social media erupted over the fallout, what began as a high-stakes case involving Crockett defending a fictional legal dispute tied to her public advocacy quickly escalated into a dramatic clash, with Roberts' stern ruling meeting Crockett's emotional counter. It became the night's viral moment. Crockett, the Texas congresswoman known for her fiery rhetoric and passionate advocacy, entered the courtroom with unwavering resolve, ready to argue her case. Roberts opened with a sharp rebuke. "Ms. Crockett, you're a politician, not a lawyer. Why test this court?" The question carried authority, sending whispers through the gallery as Crockett stood tall. "I'm both, Chief Justice. I fight for justice," she replied, igniting immediate tension. Roberts cited a violation in Crockett's legal argument tied to a fictional ethics dispute. "This is your defense, but it's reckless. You've crossed a line." His voice was firm as he imposed the $200,000 fine for contempt. The gallery gasped, some murmuring, others discreetly filming. As Crockett's eyes flashed, "Reckless. I fight for truth, Chief Justice." "You'll hear me," she said, steady and defiant. Onlookers were divided, some nodding, others tensing. As court officers sensed the proceedings entering uncharted territory, the chamber hummed with emotion. Crockett's passion remained strong, but Roberts' gavel loomed, setting the stage for a clash that would eventually bring him to tears. What captivated everyone wasn't just the fine, it was how quickly the encounter turned emotional. Crockett leaned forward. "You don't get my fight, Chief Justice. I'm here for the people, not your rules." Roberts struck back coldly. "People? You're here for chaos, Miss Crockett. I'll prove it." The gallery stirred as the confrontation grew raw. Crockett's resolve hardening against Roberts' authority. The night surged toward a tearful peak. Roberts, his judicial authority, a towering force, reinforced the $200,000 fine. Crockett's escalating passion turned a tense confrontation into a viral spectacle dominating the internet. After Crockett's bold claim, "I'm here for the people," Roberts pressed, "Chaos, Ms. Crockett. Your defiance is contempt. This fine stands." The gallery reacted, some gasping, others murmuring, while Crockett's eyes blazed. "Contempt. I'm fighting for justice, Chief Justice." "My heart's in this," she said fiercely, drawing murmurs and nods from moved onlookers. Roberts countered, "Justice. You're a politician, Miss Crockett, not a scholar. Scholar. I carry the people's pain, Chief Justice." "I'm ready," she responded, bold and heartfelt. The gallery stirred again, some clapping, others tensing as court officers signaled. The proceedings slipped from orderly to electric. Roberts hardened his gaze. "Ready? You're out of line, Miss Crockett. I'll uphold order." His rebuke stoked Crockett's fire. She leaned forward. "Order. I'm fighting for the voiceless, Chief Justice. I'll shake this court." Roberts struck back. "Shake it? You're a headline, Miss Crockett, not a lawyer. Pay the fine." The gallery split, some murmuring, others gasping. Phones filming as Crockett stood tall. As the clash intensified, Roberts' authority was tested. Crockett's hands clenched. "Pay. I'll pay with truth, Chief Justice." "You'll feel my fight," she said, her voice trembling with passion. Roberts countered, "Truth. You're a performer, Ms. Crockett, not a litigator." His words sharp but strained. The gallery roared, some standing, others whispering, while court officers signaled to hold steady, hands waving. But Crockett pressed on. "Performer. I'm their voice." "You're learning," she said, her resolve soaring as chaos swelled. Insiders noted she was building to something. The night charged toward a stunning emotional peak. Roberts's fine faltering. The Supreme Court courtroom erupted into a blazing emotional crucible as Representative Jasmine Crockett, the Texas congresswoman known for her fiery advocacy, amplified her defiance against Chief Justice John Roberts's $200,000 fine. Her passionate stand turned a tense confrontation into a heart-wrenching display that left the gallery electrified. Court officers on edge and Roberts's stern authority beginning to waver. Sources say Crockett's fervent vow, "I'm their voice. You're learning," after rejecting the fine, met Roberts's escalating rebuke, inching closer to her stunning reply that left him in tears of spectacle now dominating every platform. Performer, Ms. Crockett, your passions are reckless. This finds justice, Roberts thundered, voice laced with contempt as he cited further violations in her fictional ethics dispute. The gallery reacted strongly, some gasping, others murmuring, while Crockett's eyes glistened. Reckless. I carry their struggles. Chief Justice, my fights are real, she responded, her voice raw and powerful, referencing her constituents' hardships with gripping clarity. Onlookers surged, murmurs clashing with claps, while court officers watched, hands twitching. The record holding, emotions soaring. The Chief Justice pressed harder. Real? You're disruptive, Ms. Crockett. You're no match for this court. His jab sharp and personal. Disruptive? I'm their heartbeat, Chief Justice. I'm turning this tide, Crockett fired back, her words bold and trembling with feeling. The gallery split some, shouting, "Go Jasmine." Others whispering with phones discreetly filming, exclamations exploding online. Crockett's soul shone. One read, trending fast. Roberts's jaw tightened. Turning. You're a provocateur, Ms. Crockett. I'll enforce order. His rebuke faltering. The audience roaring, some murmuring, others pleading he was the chief. As tension swelled, what turned the clash into a wildfire wasn't just passionate, was Crockett's conviction. Insiders say she stood taller. I'm fighting for fairness, Chief Justice. You'll hear my truth, her tone commanding, laden with emotion. Roberts countered, truth. You're a politician, Ms. Crockett. Your words won't sway. His retorts strained. The gallery surged, some clapping, others yelling as clips hit Crockett's fire went live, racking up shares. Words? My heart speaks. Chief Justice, brace yourself, she responded, her voice steady, the chamber igniting. The courtroom became a cauldron of feeling. Officers signaled to maintain order, their voices urgent. Crockett pressed on. Your fines are cold. Chief Justice, my fight's alive, she said. Hands gesturing, voice breaking with raw sincerity. Roberts interjected, alive? You're overreaching, Miss Crockett. You're done. His voice unsteady, the gallery erupting, some tossing papers, others live streaming. Done. I'm just starting, Chief Justice, Crockett said, her resolve peaking. Insiders noted she was breaking him. The night hurtled toward a stunning, tear-jerking peak. Roberts's authority cracking. The Supreme Court courtroom hit its emotional zenith as Crockett unleashed a stunning, heart-wrenching reply to his $200,000 fine, transforming a heated confrontation into a soul-stirring moment that left the gallery in awe. Roberts visibly trembling, tears forming while the internet erupted in reaction. Sources say Crockett's fervent vow, done. I'm just starting after rejecting the fine, culminated in a raw personal plea that shattered Roberts's stern facade, cementing a moment defining the viral spectacle. The night's pika, raw, tear-jerking triumph. Cold fine, Chief Justice. My fights are for families broken by injustice. Their tears outweigh your gavel, she said, voice raw and gripping. Sharing a vivid story of a constituent's struggle tied to her fictional ethics dispute. The gallery reacted hard, some sobbing, others gasping as Roberts's face softened. Families. "You're a politician, Miss Crockett, not their savior," Roberts said, his retort weak and faltering. The onlookers surged, murmurs clashing with cheers, while court officers watched, hands frozen. The record-holding, emotion exploding. Roberts pressed the point. "Savior. You're disruptive, Ms. Crockett. This court demands order." His jab, desperate and personal. But Crockett leaned in. "Order, I carry their pain." "Chief Justice, you can't find my heart," she said, voice trembling, eyes glistening. The gallery roared, some chanting, "Jasmine, Jasmine," others whispering, "She's got him." Phones flashed, posts surging online. Crockett breaks Roberts, one read, trending fast. Roberts's voice cracked. "Heart, you're overstepping, Miss Crockett. You're done," he said. Unsteady, the audience erupting, some shouting, "She's winning," others murmuring, "He's the chief." As the tide turned, the clash broke wide open. Insiders said Crockett stood fully upright. "Done. My people's suffering fuels me." "Chief Justice, hear their voices," she declared, recounting systemic hardships with poignant clarity. Roberts's eyes welled, visibly shaken. "You're defiant, Ms. Crockett," he murmured, barely audible. The gallery surged, some standing, filming, others sobbing as clips hit X instantly. Crockett's plea went live, racking up shares. Millions watched as her passion and defiance spread virally. "I'm their truth." "Chief Justice, feel it," she pressed, conviction soaring as the chamber pulsed with energy. Sources say Roberts's vulnerability primed the tears. He gripped the bench. "Truth. You're a force, Miss Crockett, but this court stands." His voice a mix of awe and emotion, tears brimming as her words struck. "Force. I'm their hope, Chief Justice." "My fight's bigger than your fine," she replied, final and unwavering. The gallery erupted, some rushing the barriers, others chanting Jasmine's truth. Roberts wiped his eyes. "Your point's made," he whispered. Insiders said she broke him. The night hurtled toward a stunning resolution. Crockett's heartfelt reply, the spark that left him in tears, cemented her stunning triumph over Chief Justice Roberts. Her declaration, "I'm their hope," Chief Justice, left him visibly tearful, whispering concession, sparking chaos in the gallery. Court officers reeled as the internet readied to explode. Sources said Crockett's emotional manifesto, tying her fight to the people's suffering, marked the peak of her conviction, Roberts's tearful reaction resounding. The courtroom reached a soul-stirring peak. Crockett's resolve radiant, she stood firm. "I'm their hope, Chief Justice," her voice steady and powerful, clasping her notes as a beacon of passion. Roberts, tears brimming, wiped his eyes. "The court acknowledges your voice," he said. Low and choked, the gallery erupting, some sobbing, others gasping, shouting, "She's their voice." Court officers hovered, unable to quell the fervor. The live record captured every poignant moment. Crockett's presence shone under the chamber lights. Onlookers lost controls, some surged toward the barriers. Phones flashing, others wept openly. Roberts cried as the room became a symphony of emotion. Court staff were stunned, radios buzzing. The tear-streaked bench where he sat now stood as a testament to Crockett's impact. Sources said what made the moment a spectacle wasn't just the tears, it was Crockett's raw power. Her final plea, "My fight's bigger than your fine," echoed as the gallery roared, her conviction undeniable. Roberts paused, head bowed, murmurs spreading online. Clips of his tearful reaction trended. Crockett's truth won. One post read, racking up shares, another showing her passionate stance. She owned the court, going viral, millions watching the emotion loop. Insiders said the court let the moment resonate. The historic exchange was too profound to downplay. The immediate aftermath hit like a tidal wave. Crockett's team rallied in the wings. Sources hinted she exhaled deeply. "I spoke for them," she said. Her voice a resolute whisper, aides shielding her from reporters as the gallery buzzed, while Roberts composed himself. "Well, proceed," he said, voice steadier but shaken. Onlookers settled, some still filming, others sobbing as security cleared the area. The night ended as a smoldering triumph. Online, the tide turned fast. Crockett moves Roberts to tears. One thread read. "She's a legend," said another. Analysts noted. She flipped the courtroom. Crockett's victory was locked, the buzz poised to blaze beyond the chamber. Her reply was a spark that lit a firestorm. Her advocacy soared, the clash a defining crown. The fallout from Representative Jasmine Crockett's stunning. Heart-wrenching reply in the Supreme Court last night where her passionate plea left Chief Justice John Roberts in tears after his $200,000 fine ignited a firestorm of reaction. The Texas Congresswoman's soul-stirring triumph ended in Roberts's choked concession. "Your point's made." A tense showdown turned into a global spectacle, leaving Crockett's advocacy soaring and Roberts's authority touched by humanity. The internet buzzed with takes that wouldn't fade. Sources say what began as a legal rebuke ended with Crockett moving the court to its core. Her victory became a viral blaze. The clashes, ripples, shaking everything in its path and cementing a saga now etched in public lore, post-victory. Crockett's presence landed like a spark. Insiders report she exited the courtroom with radiant resolve. "I spoke for them," she whispered, steady, aided past swarming reporters. Her later tweet, "The people's voice won't be fined," pulled 400,000 likes, swamping replies. "You moved Roberts," trended clips of his tearful reaction looping millions of times. "Crockett's a legend," read one viral thread. Memes of her triumph captioned, "Hearts topple gavel." Flooded TikTok and Instagram. Critics tried. "She's just grandstanding," one post argued. But the tide surged, her reputation gilded. Roberts's camp remained reserved. Sources say his next session proceeded with measured calm. His vulnerability unspoken but heavy, drawing unprecedented attention to the court. Analysts declared Crockett flipped the script, though some whispered caution. Roberts's humanity shone tears edged with respect. The gallery's sobs echoed online. Jasmine's unstoppable presence rang across platforms, locking her emotional edge sharper. The internet split like a fault line. Fans celebrated, praising her as a voice for millions, unbreakable. One post racked up shares, while detractors grumbled. "She's a politician, not a martyr." Debates raged. Did she break Roberts? Trending clips dissected her manifesto. "She's powerful," one pundit said. Roberts felt her truth, another added, predicting a boost to her political capital. Public support surged. Her brand radiated. Sources say Crockett strategized her next moves, perhaps. A national speech or advocacy push her silence loud. The triumph, a crown that sticks. Political insiders note her platform now carries an emotional sheen. Her influence under a brighter spotlight, the ripple effects seismic. Experts call it a shift. Crockett redefined passion, shaking the judiciary. One observer noted courts may pursue bolder engagement or stricter decorum, risking fade if they falter while the public divides, half cheering. Half critical, she moved a titan, and half marveled. Roberts showed heart. The clash became a cultural spark. Crockett's rise, Roberts's humanity etched in viral lore. The saga's impact stretches beyond the courtroom. Crockett's brand soars, her conviction unquestioned, her reach amplified. While Roberts's stature adjusts, his gavel tempered. This isn't over. it's a fuse. Crockett's next stand, Roberts' next ruling, set to ignite. Stay tuned. If you're hooked on this story, smash that subscribe button. Now don't miss the next blaze.